Hello everyone, very honored to be able to represent our group to introduce you to a new about microeconomics. Next, our group new is Harry Crabs fell out of the cabbage price. Why still know it? My name is Aikun. Then I will introduce you to the basic content of the news. And after analysis, I will tell you about the substitute and the complements products for Harry Crabs. I believe we all know Harry Crabs in our daily life. Many people love to eat, but the data show that this year, although the quality and production of Harry Crabs have been improved, but the price has plummeted. And even though one wants it, and its main reasons 2 points. The first is relationship between supply and demand. Due to the temperature difference between day and night, the hairy crabs of the fatness of the continuing in the enhancement. The quality is improved, but the consumer have no more demand. According to the Sula, since entering November, crab production has increased significantly, which directly lead to vendors to reduce the purchase price, and thus the selling price is also reduced due to the increase in the number of farms and the maturity of farming technology. The production of crabs has broken through the maximum. Next, according to the experts, this year's production of hairy crabs is much higher than expected, which has led to a market value. Next, the second point is change of consumer demand, because recently, in the context of the tense general economic environment, consumer purchasing power and purchasing willingness are declining. Only e-commerce platforms, some of less propaganda and lack of quality and short of to fraudulent behaviors directly affect consumer desire to consume hairy crabs. Next, and then say substitute due to the hairy crab is seafood and has certain degree of specificity. So only the green crab and the pie crab can replace it. As for the supplement in the current market, it's not very consistent with its products. That's all the new from our group. And my group member, Dennis, will continue to explain it into your next. Thanks.
Thank you, Icon. As Icon mentioned, the harrier crab market is experiencing a significant shift. Let's dive into key players and how they affect it. Let's look at key stakeholders and the impacts. These are 4 key stakeholders. Next, harrier crab sellers and breeders. Price decline stemming from production expansion and oversupply, excessive capacity, and resulting in declining prices for original high-value high crabs. Next, consumers as stakeholder consumers' decisions affected by price and the shopping experience. Price dropped below affordable hairy crab purchase. Next, but poor economic conditions and negative experience damage interests and reduced consumer confidence may download other products, influence choice and behavior. Next, farming experts and commentators, stakeholders with reputations and leading to price drops. They may resist market conditions and produce new recommendations. Next, critical stakeholders reliant on the well-function and issues like false advertising and the product quality problems impact consumers' trust. They may lead to business slowdown and a decrease in market share. Okay, next. They are directly producers and suppliers, and the price on higher crabs directly affects their profitability. Consumers are the main market demand force, and the drop in price is good news for them. Finally, economics platforms as transaction, real market stability, and consumers' trust issues on these platforms can damage reputation. My main task is to offer deep into key stakeholders. Next, we will um, invite to explore potential strategies and solutions.
Okay, thanks, panelist. I will describe the macroeconomics concept. Well, about the supply exceeds demand. The relationship between supply and demand is one of the important factors affecting the price. In recent years, the scale of hairy crab farming continues to expand. The output continues to increase while the market demand is relatively stable, resulting in oversupply. The price will naturally fall. Next, the second is the change of consumption concepts. About consumer attitudes toward hairy crabs are also changing in the past. Hairy crabs were expensive and a high-end aquatic product, and consumers often only bought them during important festivals or occasions. Now, with the change of people's consumption concepts and the improvement of living standards, hairy crabs have become a part of daily consumption, and the consumers have correspondingly reduced their price sensitivity. Next, the last is market competition. Market competition has also contributed to the price drop. In the market, there are many varieties of hair crabs and different origin, varieties, quantity, and specification will affect the price. With the intensification of market competition, in order to compete for market share, some merchants will take some means of price war to reduce prices to attract consumers. Well, next welcome Grace to show and explain chart diagrams of macroeconomic for this story income elastic of demand.
Okay, thank you. I'm Grace. I will introduce demand in electricity concept. Next, um, demand in electricity is a concept that measures the ability of demand to respond to price changes. When the demand for a product is highly elastic, it means that consumers have a high degree of responsiveness to price changes. The haircuts mentioned in the article are in the state of oversupply all year round. Next, previously, the price of hair clips was 40 yuan per unit, but now it has dropped to 35 yuan. At the same time, the demand for hair clips nationwide has decreased from 800,000 tons to 700,000 tons. So we can use the price electricity formula to calculate demand. For hair clips, we can calculate the demand in electricity is 0.89. So, due to the electricity of demand being less than 1, the demand for hair clips is not very elastic. Next, as for hair clips, there are several factors that may lead to demand electricity. Firstly, as a high-end food, the customer group of hair clips is relatively limited, and the customer may be less sensitive to price changes. Secondly, as a seasonal community, the consumption of hair crops has a certain time limit, and a decrease in price cannot change the timing of consumer demand for hair crops. In addition, the consumption habits and the cultural background of hair crops can also affect the demand in electricity, as consumer demand for hair crops may be more limited by traditional customers and professional preference. At the same time, the availability of substitute may affect consumer behavior. If there are other seafood options or other delicacies that provide a similar taste experience, consumer may be change their preference based on changes in the price of hair crops. This factor can affect the demand in electricity of hair crops, preventing people from purchasing. That's all part of my speech. The next part will be introduced by Tang Tianyu. It's welcome.
In this part, I will introduce applies economic concepts to contemporary issues and events and conclusion. So next, we can analyze this problem through three core economic concepts: changes in supply, changes in demand, and market competition. So the first one, changes in supply. The law of supply in economics shows that there is a positive correlation between price and supply. As mentioned in this article, the production of hairy crabs has increased significantly this year, partly due to the favorable weather conditions. An increase in supply leads to decrease in the price of commodity, all other things being equal, which could explain why there is a significant decline in the selling price of hairy crabs. Next. The second is change in demand. The law of demand in economics states that the price of commodity is negatively correlated with the quantity demand in the market, provided that the quantity supply remains constant. According to the article, as the economy is still recovering, consumers' purchasing power and the desire to buy have declined, resulting in lower actual demand. This is significant change from the peak holiday consumption in the past. Next. The third is market competition. Supply and demand together determine the competitive market price of commodity. In this situation, the supply of hair crabs in the market increased the demand force, resulting in a decrease in the market price. This is an example of market forces regulating the allocation of resources. Market participants such as crab farmers and e-commerce operators need to react to this situation and may adapt to the new market condition in a variety of ways. In the short term, the need for existence of quality hairy crabs is a positive sign that the market still has the potential to recover. E-commerce platforms need to strengthen regulation and rule out trust in order to restore consumer confidence and promote stable recovery of the market. In the long term, market participants need to find ways to reach a new market to ensure that while price may recover. Next. So that's all my reference lists. Thank you.